learning together.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Geeks for Geeks. My name is Muskan Agarwal and I am here again with another interview experience. And before I start the webinar, again I would like to ask you all to confirm me in the comment section if I'm perfectly visible and audible. Also, sorry for the bad throat. So, I might sound weird, so please bear with me for just one day. Yeah. So I'll quickly add Garima to the stream and she has so much to share with us. She will share her experience. But just let me know in the comment section, give me a thumbs up if I'm perfectly visible and audible. Okay, cool. I'll add Garima. Hi Garima,
Hello, Muskan.
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well as well.
Yeah, I'm doing good. So Garima, let's start with having a brief introduction about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Garima Bothra. I'm a final year student at VIT Vellore, studying BTech EC, and currently I'm interning at Swiggy. And along with that, previously I love participating in hackathons, and I'm an iOS developer. I love iOS development.
Hmm. Okay, so I did not know that you're from VIT Vellore. I'm also from VIT Vellore only, third year.
Good.
Yeah, so I got to know it right now. Nice. So apart from that, I would like to know about your coding journey. Like, how did you start? Did you start in your school days or after coming to college? How were you introduced to coding?
So like coding, I had coding in like C. I had CS in school, so we had coding since like eighth around. We had Java, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10, and then 11, 12. I was in CBSC, so I had C++. And then again, when we came to college, as you might be familiar, widely use Python.
Python, right?
Yeah. So, but since I was an EC student, I did not have like the DSA, OS, and those subjects. But I was really interested in iOS development. So I joined a student chapter, ACM VIT, where like where my iOS journey actually started.
Hmm.
So since then, I've been into iOS. I would participate in hackathons, and yeah, and then yeah, so like last year I won the Apple's Swift Student Challenge, which yeah, so that was and like I won some national international hackathons along the way. uh, and when it comes to DSA, I started with DSA in college, like pretty much around like 1 year ago, to prepare for placements mainly. So yeah, that I've mostly learned from Geeks for Geeks.
Yeah. So being from the same college, I can relate so much because like it is such a similar journey. Like in school days, like I was also introduced since class ninth, and then I also participated in clubs and chapters, and got introduced to coding. So
Yeah.
yeah. Apart from that, as far as I know, that Swiggy does not like VIT missed Swiggy does not come. So it is an off-campus opportunity, right?
Yeah, I got the opportunity off campus, but Swiggy did come on campus this year,
Oh, that
and
is nice.
yeah, they hired two students from VIT Vellore.
Hmm.
But I got the opportunity off campus, and how I got it was I actually approached the employees, the engineers at Swiggy. I specifically wanted a role in the iOS team, so I pinged iOS engineers at Swiggy for an internship. So initially there wasn't an opening, but a while later when they had an opening,
Hmm.
they reached out to me. So yeah.
Oh, that is really great. So, like, you contacted through LinkedIn, like, you messaged them directly.
Yes, I send them a request, and then later I message them about the role.
Okay. also, like, a lot of students does not know the proper way to message on LinkedIn, right? Because every message does not get a response. Like, I think so. Like, how did you write those messages such that you got a response and they also followed up, like, afterwards as well?
Yeah. So I would say, like, don't write a simple hi, hello, because no one responds to that. Like, if I send you a hi or a hello, like, there are many people who are sending you that. So when you're
Right.
reaching out for, like, something like this, I think you should clearly have some amount of, something about you, what you are looking from, like, what you're seeking from them, and also like some credentials about you, not your entire resume, because no one wants to, like, just the first message you see is a resume. That is too much,
Hmm.
but a hello is too little. So somewhere in between, mention what you are looking for from them, and what, like, a little bit about you in a brief introduction.
Yes, definitely. Because if you send a hello or a hi, like, who will do that much of efforts? Yes, what do you want? Why will a recruiter message you?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? You should tell, like, ki, I am messaging you for this purpose.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
also a little bit of an introduction, so that, like, at the end of the day, it's a person on the other side. They don't know you. So on
Right,
what basis do you, if you ask for a referral, like, why do you want a referral? Why should I refer you? So it should answer such questions as well.
right. Also, some people don't mention the job ID and what job are they? They're just like, ki, please refer me. But for what?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Also, some people are messaging in the comment section that we are not audible. Just let me check once. Guys, please let me know in the comment section if everyone is facing the similar issue. Wait, I'll just check on my YouTube. Okay.
I think
I'm
both of those issues are on LinkedIn, so maybe try checking LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, people are messaging that we are audible. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll check LinkedIn. Yeah, YouTube pe we are audible. Yes, LinkedIn. LinkedIn pe also I can hear myself. Maybe guys just try refreshing or rejoining, and because people are messaging that it is visible and audible.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so apart from messaging, like what was the procedure? Like what were the interview rounds or the online assessment rounds that you went through before getting the final offer?
Yes. So, regarding the, like, what you can expect from the Swiggy interview process, I would say that the first thing, like, what happened for me was that after I reached out to the employee, and when they actually had an opening, I shared my resume, and then again, the I got a call from the HR team at Swiggy. So it was a sort of a telephonic conversation more than an interview, but like assessing more of, like, your interests about, like, why you want to join Swiggy and things like that. And after that, like, I was told there'll be two interview rounds, one focused around DSA and the second focused around development. But due to lack of time, like, they had to club both, so there was like one unified interview where they had both segments, like for development as well as the DSA.
Okay, also can you tell like what were the level of question asked, and what can the students expect if they have their Swiggy interviews lined up?
Yeah, so I mean, for the DSA segment, it was like lead code medium question. Like, since it was one big interview, one unified interview, I just had one question, which was like a geeks medium or a lead code medium.
Okay, and for the development part, like all the questions were related to the role, that is like iOS development you
Yeah.
applied, right?
Yes.
Cool. Also, I think like the interview procedure will vary. Like maybe it was one interview for you, it might vary for others as well.
Yeah, like initially I was also told that there'll be two interviews, so that is the norm. That is the norm. But I
Mm.
think due to lack of time, it was unified.
Huh.
But other than this, I had also applied for Swiggy when it came on campus. So there, the process was a little different. Uh, like they initially had the hack rank test,
Hmm.
which was like two lead code difficult questions, you can say. Uh, and yeah, so after those two, after that one round, like out of I think 1,000 plus students, they shortlisted like 100 or a little less than that. So yeah, the difficulty level was high there. But after that, again, the process was similar, like two interviews.
Hmm. In my personal experience, getting an on-campus opportunities in VIT is tougher than off-campus opportunity because the students are so many. I think
Yeah,
off-campus is easier when it comes to VIT.
yeah. Like when it comes to VIT, I would say like the difficulty level is the same, if not difficulter, if not more difficult on campus. Like, but
Right,
yeah, it's also because it's more DSA centric. So
right. And these days the competition is getting really high. Like I see every student solving all the questions in online assessments, and then it boils down to CGPA and then different things and everything.
yeah,
Yeah. Also, generally the first round is resume shortlisting, right? So,
yes.
like, what will you suggest? What are your tips for, curating a perfect resume? Like, how did you make your resume?
Like I'm not sure if my resume would qualify as perfect or not, but like things I had asked about and asked around and from my seniors and like getting feedback from recruiters. Mostly it came down to like your resume should be concise. Like it should not be like more than one page because no one wants to like go to the second page. They don't have the time to do that. So you should try to keep it to one page. And other than that, there are things like whatever past experiences or projects you have. Don't just write the name, write a little about what you learned or what you did there. uh, and yeah, things like that. And your contact information should be uh, there in the resume. That's a very key thing. Like even though it's quite basic, but many of the times we miss out on maybe adding the LinkedIn or a phone number. But recruiters can't contact you if you don't add your contact information.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. Also, this one page thing is very common. Like everybody I've heard, like they've told that don't make the resume more than one page. It is a big red flag for anyone.
yeah. And also, like I would say, you should not try to oversell yourself in the resume. Definitely you should obviously talk about your work and your experiences, but
Hmm.
don't try to portray you've done more than what you've done, because people can see that in the interview, so ultimately it
Right.
leaves a bad impression.
Yeah, this was a mistake that even I did. Like, I thought that maybe putting more languages like C++ also, Java also, Python also, like it will make a good resume. But no, like I know C++, so I'll only write C++. If you
Yeah.
don't know a language well, don't write it because they'll put up questions
Mm.
and then you won't be
Yeah.
able to answer.
And like there's also the second thing that if you write too much, it's like you are like jack of all trades, master of none.
Master of none. Yes, definitely. Apart from that, I would like to ask that also projects plays a very important role for any interview procedure and everything. So, what are the projects that you worked on in your college days?
In like so for me, I mean, I did like some course projects, and after that, I worked on apps for VIT. Like if since you're from VIT, you would know VIT hack, code to create. So I built apps for these hackathons.
Mm.
Like in fact, for code to create, the first time I made the app entirely by myself.
Oh,
So yeah, so things like that. And after making a couple of projects, I started working at startups. So yeah, and then I gained experience there. But I mean, it doesn't really matter what exactly your project is, but it's more about what you learn. while making
Right.
it. And yeah, like obviously my project and your project, if it's the same, then how is it going to help anyone? Like it's about what you are learning while making the project.
Right, definitely, definitely. Also, like it sounds so relatable because all these I've also used that app. I think the year I participated. I hope you're talking about the same year. So yes, I have used that app as well. If that app is still on the app store, guys, please do check it out. That hack is not there, but yeah, you should check the app that she made. Yes.
It's been taken down now, but yeah.
Okay, no problem. Next year when Code to Create will happen, you should definitely check the app out. Maybe. Yeah. Apart from that, what was your preparation strategy? Like when you knew that, after 1 week or something, you have your interview lined up. So what was the
Yeah.
preparation strategy that you followed?
So so the first interview was like, initially I was told it'll be a DSA only. So and I was not very good, like proficient at DSA. Like I wasn't so confident. So the entire like 1 week, 10 days, like I was like going through DSA books and problems and Geeks for Geeks and things like that, like as much as I can, refine.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, that was about it. But then like after the interview started, I was told, okay, we will just do one and have both development and DSA both. So yeah.
That was a good part because since your development side is strong and it is mixed, so you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like I think you can divert the interview according to you. Like if you talk more about development, so they will ask questions on that only. So don't talk about things you don't know, maybe. Like heard certain people do these things. Like they talk more about the things they're confident about.
Yeah,
Right.
that's there. But like also don't try to like, unnecessarily throw in jargon words like you don't know much about, because then they'll ask you and you'll be
Yes.
like, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is really important. Apart from that, many freshers, like mostly the students who have just entered college, have this doubt that should they focus on DSA or competitive coding or should they go for development, right? Since like they know seniors say that केवल DSA ही पूछते हैं, DSA पढ़ लो हो जाएगा, and some students say that development. So what is your suggestion?
I mean, this is such a like, I think you should stop focusing on this question and do whatever is like more like whatever you find more joy in. Like there's
Right,
nothing wrong about, getting a job by doing DSA or competitive coding, and there's nothing wrong about going through, like everyone has their own journey. So like pick
right,
which one you are enjoying more and just focus on working on it. If you're
right,
spending like 1 year thinking about which one I should do, you're just wasting the time.
right. That is the best answer to this question, I think. Definitely. Also, it is not like you cannot do both the things simultaneously. I
Yeah,
don't think that is true. You can, right?
definitely you can do both at the same time. Like, of course, it needs a little more hard work and dedication from your end, but of course you can. Like, that's more of a, I don't want to lose out on my options, so I do both. So
Right.
yeah.
Definitely. Also, like TSA is the subject. Like I did not pay attention while it was taught in college. So I think that was the mistake that I did. Like I was taught DSA in second semester. That point of time, I did not know how important that subject is. So I have to do it again in the third year. But yeah, if you pay attention, then only. So I think it is like college ka bhi ho jayega and preparation is also happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also,
especially people who are CS students. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Like
no, no, no
people
problem.
who are uh, CS students, uh, like you can focus on your classes like DSA, OS, and like if you feel you don't enjoy the things being taught in class, you can look up resources at that point itself. Like
Yes.
not just about you, you can focus on your class, but you can also like just focus on the subject if you're not interested in the what your the way your professor is teaching, then you can focus on the material itself.
Right. And there is so much, like so many resources present on internet. So if you study from there, I think it is more than enough, right?
Yeah, Absolutely. Like, like a lot of people have heard from, like, they say that they think the professors don't teach that well, the subjects, or like they don't understand, like, but it's a disparity. Like, if professors are from a different generation, you are from a different generation. There's a gap there. So the best thing you can do is, I feel, while the subject is going on in college, you can look up resources on your own, study on your own if you're not enjoying the class.
Definitely. And also because everything is virtual, like in VIT at least till now, so it is even more difficult. But thankfully, our colleges are opening now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of questions in the comment section. Just let me take few of them. Also, guys, like maybe send the questions again because your question might get missed if you asked it in the start. So yeah. Also, I wanted to ask what is the procedure for PPO if you have any idea about it. Like what should an intern do in order to get a PPO?
I mean, for like, so before this, I was interning at Ajio. So for both Ajio and Swiggy, what I know is that basically, like, focus on your work and do your best. So it depends on your manager and, like, your supervisor mainly. So it depends on the feedback from them, and of course the requirement of the team and team size and everything. But yeah, overall it mainly depends on the work you're doing in the internship. So and maybe you can, try to make notes and stuff of what you're doing every day, so
Hmm,
that at the end, when you're asked or anything, like, what you've done or things like that, then you have something to say. So other than that, it's mainly like focus on the work.
right, right. Also, like your work is virtual right now, or you are working from some office?
No, currently it's virtual.
Okay. Uh, okay. So Karthik is asked that will doing courses in Coursera increase our chances of getting a job?
It depends, Karthik. It depends on what you're learning from those courses, and if you are learning from those courses.
Hmm,
If you are learning, it will definitely help you. And ultimately, like, it's not just about getting the job, but also your self development. If you
right.
are working on your self development, today or tomorrow, you'll get the job you're looking for.
Definitely. Don't lose hope. Just keep applying, keep sending messages to recruiters and everything. And I'm
Definitely.
sure, like, this might not be the first recruiter that you have messaged, right? You must have messaged a lot of them.
I mean, I message the recruiters, like, wherever I feel like, I want to work here.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, that's where I apply. Like, it's not like, you just blindly apply everywhere also. Then you're
Huh.
wasting so much time applying, that when will you actually work on it? And
Right.
like, yeah, but yeah, I did apply on a lot of job boards and LinkedIn,
Hmm.
even Twitter.
Yeah. So, wait, like, people must be thinking that you messaged one recruiter and he or she gave a reply. It is not that easy. Like, you have to message a lot of recruiters, apply at a lot of places, and then you get a response from one person.
Yeah, and also, like, keep your LinkedIn profile updated, because, like, even when recruiters are looking for a specific, you know let's say, a front end developer, a React developer. So
Hmm.
if you have a updated LinkedIn profile, recruiters can reach out to you easily.
Right. Uh, then Sharan has asked that I'm currently in third year and I have completed decent level of DSA, but he's not getting enough confidence to apply for internships. So what should he do?
uh I mean, I would say, like, since you are sure about, like, the level of DSE you've prepared for, don't be so, uh doubtful about applying to internships. Just apply, because you're not sure how many responses you will get and things like that. So those are things out of your control, but applying is what is in your control. And the best you can do is apply for as many opportunities that you want to achieve, apply for it, and if you get the interview, then go for it, give your best, because you can't, like, wait for to get the confidence and then I'll apply. Like, I'll tell you honestly, like, when I reached out to even the uh, recruiter at Swiggy, I was very underconfident. And even when I got the interview and everything, like, most of my friends know that before every interview, I'm like, I'm not going to get this, I'm not going to get this. I still apply for it, and I still, sit for the interview, because that's the best you can do.
Right, right. I 100% relate with you. Like, this is my story before, like, I'm applying for anything, not just interview. I'm like, I'm not prepared for it at all. Yes. Then Tejal has asked that which book to refer for improving coding in Python and C++.
I'm not sure about, like, which books I can suggest, but, like, I would say, I can't remember the name exactly, but it's the Cracking Coding Interviews.
Crack the
Uh,
coding interview, yeah.
yeah, that's a really good book if you want to, like, work on problem solving skills in general. But coding skills, I would say, like, the online resources are more interactive, I feel, because you can actually type in and, see how the code works.
Right. Also, like Chandan has put a very good point that mock interviews might help in gaining confidence. Yes, I think that
Definitely.
is true.
Definitely. That helps a lot. Like, uh, just do it with your friends who are also looking for internships and jobs. Because that way it'll be helpful for both of you, because and both of you know the kind of questions you can expect. So
Right,
there's no time in, ask me this question, this is the kind of answer I will give. So since both of you know the kind of questions and answers, it'll be easier and more efficient.
right, definitely. Also, there are so many resources for free mock interviews as well on internet. So yes, definitely, like you can try giving them. Yes. Then Arpita has asked, what if we do not have any project or internship experience? Then what should a person do?
Um, okay, if you're in the third year and you don't have a project or internship, I think, like, maybe internships you can take a while, since, like, you'll get an internship or something. But in the meantime, you can always work on projects. Like, it's not something that, you can only do in your first year or your second year. You can always build a project. Like, even
Right,
if you got the job, like, you can build side projects. So that never ends. uh
right.
yeah, you can work on projects now, you can work on DSA, or, like, whatever interests you.
And definitely, there is no age limit. I've talked to school students who are, in class 8th and 9th, and they're working on some data science projects, and they're working for some US based companies. And I was amazed that, at
Yeah,
this age, they are working on. So there is no age limit. I've seen posts on LinkedIn, 60 years people who are learning to code. So, yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. So the next thing, just once again. Yeah, so Adib is asked, do I master in one language or prepare multiple languages and solve DSA lead code problems?
Master one language. Because there's, like, at the end of the day, different languages have different syntaxes, but
Right.
the problem solving skills you need is just the same for any
Hmm.
language. So there's no point in learning multiple syntactical sugars. Rather,
Hmm.
work on one language and try to build problem solving skills.
Yes. And I have personally not seen any company who says that, they will take interviews only in one specific language. Like, I don't
Definitely.
know. Yeah. So I
Even,
think
like,
language is not a
the
problem.
hacker rank or whatever test you have, they are
Hmm.
always language friendly. Like, you can always change them to any language you want.
Right. So yeah, maybe focus more on the logic and, as she already mentioned that, master one language instead of being a jack of all trades. Right. Yeah. And then a very common question, what is the best programming language for DSA? I see this in every webinar.
Any language that's convenient for you to learn is the best, because the interviewer and the tests and everything will happen in any language, so it's really up to
Right.
you. like if you have let's say DSA in school, it's in college it's taught in Python is
Hmm.
convenient for you. But if it's taught using C++, is convenient for you, so go with what's convenient.
Right. Then, what were your skill sets for the interview in Swiggy, and like, was it in pre-final year or final year?
I'm a final year student, so this was the interview was also in the final year itself.
Yeah.
So, uh, regarding skill sets, I am proficient in like Swift UI and iOS development in general. So my skills, particularly like my entire resume, is pretty much aligned towards iOS roles. So that is what my skills are. But that doesn't mean everyone needs to be an iOS developer to apply for any role. You can
Definitely.
apply for any like with your skill sets, whichever role suits you.
Yeah, you can just go on the career portal. I think if you are planning for Swiggy, I think there's a career portal for Swiggy. You can just go and look for the roles. Also, LinkedIn pay, I see so many roles at Swiggy, so you can check them
Yeah,
out.
and like feel free to reach out to developers working at the companies you want to work for, like be it Swiggy or like any other company.
Yeah, and initially I used to think that these guys will not reply to me, these are HRs of such big companies, but they do reply. If you write it properly, they do reply. So,
I
yeah.
mean, and you don't just necessarily need to reach out to an HR. You can also reach out to developers there. Like I reached out to a developer, so
Hmm.
you can also reach out to developers. If not, like a referral or anything, you can always get to know more about the culture and the teams and the workplace you want to work at. So
Hmm. Definitely. I think we've taken most of the questions. Guys, if you have any other question, just put it in the comment section. We will just wait for 30 seconds. Also, maybe you can try connecting with Garima on LinkedIn if you have any other questions apart from this webinar as well. We will put her LinkedIn in the description box below.
yeah, definitely feel free to reach out to me at LinkedIn as well as Twitter.
Yeah,
I'm active on
yeah.
both.
People are really active on Twitter these days. Like it is very active community, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I think what were your projects about? I think she's already told about her projects, right? But maybe if you can take this up again.
Yeah, sure. So, like I mentioned, a couple of projects which were for the college uh, hackathons. So, um, like along with that, I also had like a AR version of Kids ABC Learning app, where you had like the all the ABC and like for A for Apple, so an AR version of an apple,
Right.
like the kids can play with, and like then there was a sort of a play section where there's an apple and you have to select which alphabet is it associated with and things like this. Another project like I built was a Swift playground, which I built for the Apple Swift Student Challenge, where it basically is about double spending, which is a concept in blockchain. So it teaches about why why do we need digital currencies really, and yeah, things like that. You can check out my GitHub for like projects because there are multiple projects there.
Right. Also, I can see a lot of people on LinkedIn, they are not able to see like hear us. So maybe you can try joining from YouTube for now. And if you're not able to join from YouTube, maybe this recording would be there on YouTube afterwards as well. You can see this recording afterwards. I am not really sure what the problem is, like because I can, it is perfect for me for sure.
But like since they can't hear, I don't think they'll be able to hear this as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just one second. No, I think posted a message as well.
Okay, that's
Um, Maybe I'll just post it again. Yes, I have. Ujjwal is asking to pin her GitHub. Yes, guys, definitely. Like for now, there is. I don't think in the description box there is her GitHub, but we will put it after the webinar for sure. Also, maybe you can tell your username
Yeah,
on
it's
GitHub.
Garima94921 on GitHub. You can check it out.
Go check it out, guys. Right. So some people are saying we can hear you. Some people are saying the recording would be there, guys. Like if you are able to hear me, the recording would be there, and you can watch it afterwards as well. Yes.
I think
Then
you've
so
put up the message, so it should be fine now. Yeah.
yes. Then Suvikya has asked that how many months did it take for you to do DSA, like for to get your current role from absolute scratch? Like what? Okay, this is the first question. Then that is another question. We'll take
Hmm.
it afterwards.
So, how many months? I can't really define it in terms of months because initially, there was a phase when you have all that enthusiasm and motivation, and then there's there was like a couple of 2-3 months there like that, and then I slacked off for a while, and then again when I uh, get interview calls or something, I got more active and started working on it. So I don't think I can define it in terms of months, but like overall, I would say if you start working on uh, if you have an interview, let's say you're preparing for interview 6 months later, I would say start 6 months earlier because then you have time to let yourself, maybe if you're slacking or something also, at least you can have a knowledge of all the concepts. You don't necessarily practice all the questions because that you can't do even if you've gone through there's so many questions at the end of the day, you can't practice everything. So it's more important that you go through different concepts.
Right. Like maybe if you'll try to do one question and understand the concept, you can like
Yeah,
do five questions from the similar concept.
yeah.
100% agree.
Like what I used to do is uh, I didn't have DSA in college, so I learned from Geeks to Geeks only. So I wouldn't say I'm great at DSA, but my strategy was pretty much I would go through the content itself, like get the how it's done, not watch
Mm.
the they have the videos where they talk about like specific problems. I wouldn't watch those, but the overall videos where it's the concept and not the problems exactly, and after that directly jump into like solving the questions. If it takes too much time, then I would go to the solutions and stuff. But if it does, like when I'm done with it, like if I'm done with it with too easy, I wouldn't go through another 5 easy problems. Then I would jump to like a medium question or something.
Right. Definitely trying variety of problems is important. Like some people do 50 to 60 easy level problems and lead code and they get happy. I think doing 10 medium level questions from different varieties better than doing hundreds of easy level questions. Yes. Then coming to the second part, that what would you change? What would you do differently if you look back at your journey in
Uh,
college?
what I would do differently would be I would try to be more uh, disciplined when it came to DSA. I wasn't at development is something I like, so it was very natural. It came naturally to me, so I would really work on it. But when it comes to DSA, I'm not very proficient. Like I still wouldn't say I'm very proficient. So I really I would like to be more disciplined in the places like when it came to DSA.
Definitely, even I need to work on that. Right. I think we've taken most of the questions. So thank you so much, Garima, for doing it. Like it was really fun interacting with you, and because you're from same college, so yeah, I could relate so much. It was really nice talking to you. Thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a real pleasure. Like, yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Also, guys, sorry for the bad throat in the entire session. I have some problems. So, yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, we will see you in the next webinar with some new interview experiences. Till then, bye bye. Bye, Karima.
Bye.